So today's presentation is on token gating membership in Web3 communities, how we designate membership on a blockchain. If you have members-only content, you can lock that content down through a number of different ways so that only members can access it. And with Web3, with blockchain technology, we have the ability to validate membership through tokens, through NFTs, through staking, through a lot of different technical methods of using a blockchain to preserve premium content just for members. Token gating lets you purchase or prove or earn membership in a community and have that membership validated on the blockchain. And what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to provide an NFT for TechWeekNZ. And using this NFT, you can access an Easter egg. And this Easter egg is something that I've hidden somewhere on the internet that only members can access. It's complicated to get to this. We're actually going to use two different networks, and I've hidden this Easter egg in two different locations on the internet, on Mighty Networks and on Discord. With one of them, you have to use Polygon. With one of them, you have to use Gurley, the ETH testnet. And I'll go through what all these technical terms mean in a little bit. But the reason we can't use Ethereum is because Ethereum gas prices are way too high. Way, WEI, is how gas is measured in Ethereum transactions. And if you can get as high as Ethereum gas prices, then you're going to be living a good life. Because right now they're absurdly expensive, which is why there's so many layer twos. Layer twos are networks like Polygon, one of the networks we're going to be using today. Gurley is the test net on Ethereum. So it's like you're making Ethereum transactions, but you're not actually you're not doing it on the Ethereum blockchain, so it doesn't have the absurdly high gas prices. And at the end of today's workshop, I'll take you through step by step how to access the Easter egg, which is a digital copy of my book. I wrote the book on marketing yourself, which is about how to elevate your personal platform to the next level. And marketing has been my field for a long time. When I left the United States 12 years ago, I left as a website designer because I liked tech on the cutting edge. And 12 years ago, website design, WordPress, was kind of cutting edge back then. And I've always been fascinated by cutting edge technology. And I codified all of the work that I learned about marketing, and I put it in this book, Marketing Yourself. But I realized in writing it that my marketing skills are quickly becoming obsolete because the internet is changing. The way we interact with it, with information, is changing. And I want to give you an example of how it's changing. We're going to watch a 4-minute video profiling Gary V's NFT that gives premium access to a restaurant in New York City. The only way you can get into the Flyfish restaurant is by being a member of the Flyfish Club. So we'll watch the video. It's 4 minutes.
Flyfish Club is the world's first members-only private dining experience where membership is purchased on the blockchain and owned by the token holder.
A premier dining destination in New York City that will only be accessible through an NFT token.
We will be the first NFT-only members club.
What kind of compelled me to jump all in and really become part of a restaurant group instead of a passive investor or an enthusiast was an aligned interest that we were going to try to rewrite the game. Hence the things we're doing with NFTs.
We as chefs and restaurant operators have tried to identify what's the best path for New York City and how do we do something new, innovative and fresh and fun.
I think New York City is the premier dining destination in the world. Flyfish Club is going to be a modern interpretation of everything that you love and appreciate when you walk into a restaurant, but turned upside down, on its face and inside out. Hospitality to me just means a whole lot of love. When you walk into one of our restaurants, you're going to feel the love from beginning to end.
Fish has always been something that I've gravitated towards, something I've always enjoyed cooking, and Josh felt the same way. So it'll be seafood focused, and we're taking our influences from anywhere from Peru to Japan to New England style seafood, and we're using the best quality ingredients that we can source locally and globally.
I'm thrilled to announce this project because it's never been done before, it's extremely innovative, and it turns a membership into an asset for the people that join our community.
We're not a country club, we're not a club, like, this is a, you own it. Let's call it what it is. Everywhere else you rent, you pay an upfront fee and then you pay every year. The fact that I actually own that asset and can list it and sell it is a remarkable innovation.
We have two different tokens at Flyfish Club.
We have a Flyfish token and we have a Flyfish Omakase token. Flyfish token gets you access to the cocktail room, the restaurant, an outdoor space that has iconic views of New York City.
And then the second token is the Omakase token.
Flyfish Omakase token gets you access to everything that the Flyfish token gives you, in addition to an omakase experience curated by one of the best sushi masters in the country.
My career has been predicated on what's in it for the person on the other side of my transaction. Every ounce of my energy on this restaurant has been for the people that take the plunge to buy this token because they respect or expect or believe in our collective and what we can achieve, and already planning on what could we add to this token in 2027, 2033, 2047. That's what I do for a living. That's how I think.
Everything VCR Group does and everything that we're going to do at Flyfish Club is about innovation.
The group behind Flyfish Club is VCR Group. We're a collective of operators and hospitality professionals. We wanted to create something new, innovative, and more heartfelt for our guests, our clients, as well as each other.
I was born with hospitality in my blood, and that's something that's going to come through every experience you have at the Flyfish Club.
The thing that I'm most comfortable with is the energy that I've brought and can bring and have brought to this group on the marketing and innovation tech side. Like, there's so many variables that come along with NFT life that people don't think about that I've spent a lot of time thinking about. We want to create incredible value for the people that are part of this process.
So there's an example of somebody using NFTs, using token gating to provide premium membership. And the president of Vayner3, which is Gary Vaynerchuk's Web3 arm, is Avery Akineni, and she says that it's a digital first reality for consumers at the confluence of technology and culture. Web3 is creating an immersive, personalized, and ownable internet. I'm going to go through some other case studies of how companies and brands are using token gating to manage their membership communities. But first, I want to cover some vocabulary to make sure we're on the same page. Web 1 was the first iteration of the internet. I think of the GeoCities websites, if anybody has ever seen those from way back in the day, where you read information. You can access the internet by reading what somebody else wrote. Web 2 was a big transformation because it allowed you to write on the internet. You could post on Facebook and on Twitter and on your own blog and all these different places online. You weren't just consuming information, you were participating in the creation of information. There's a similar shift that's happening now with Web 3. Web 3 is the third stage in software permissions. If you do any programming, then you know the three software permissions are read, write, and execute. And that's what Web 3 can do. It allows you to actually execute things on the blockchain through smart contracts. And if you've spent any time with NFTs, then you've heard this phrase a lot. Smart contracts is technically what an NFT is. It's not like a web page that you read or that you write to. A smart contract is something that's executable. You can have a smart contract on Web3 that is the deed for a house. And anyone who owns this NFT has the deed to a house. And if you want to sell the house, you sell the NFT on the blockchain. in public where everybody can see it. And you can specify rules of that smart contract, that it can only be sold in a certain price range or during certain dates or to certain types of people. And the code itself ensures that that transaction is going to happen the proper way. You don't need laws and regulations in Web3, you just need code. I'm really happy about this transition because Web 2 is a series of walled gardens, and every one has a different key. You've got one account on Facebook, and you can write content there, but it doesn't show up on Twitter or on your own website. You have to replicate the content in all the different walled gardens because they don't talk to each other. And as a marketer, I find this challenging because I'd like to publish a piece of content and have it syndicated everywhere. Web 2 doesn't allow that because you have an account and a password and a login and your content in one walled garden. And you have to create a separate login and account username and password and content all on a different walled garden if you want to be seen there. What's different about Web 3, the best description I have for it is one login for the internet. With Web 3, you don't sign in to all the different services. You sign in once to your smart wallet. And when you arrive at all these different websites and nodes and outposts on the internet, you validate with your smart wallet, yeah, this is me, I'm coming in. And everything that's associated with your wallet address is now accessible by that section of the internet. Now, this communal sharing of information is often seen in a DAO. A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. And we're not going to go down the DAO rabbit hole right now, but I do want to mention it because it is a type of Web3 community. What a DAO is it can be set up any way you can set up a smart contract. And you can set up a smart contract any way you can write a contract in code. You could say all the members who have this many tokens earn these levels of permissions. And the only ones who can decide what to do are either the majority vote of everybody in the DAO or these people who have these high administration levels. So you could set up DAOs in a lot of different ways, but I want to stick to the general Web3 communities. And it's a lot like a sci-fi Old West right now because none of us have done this before. Everything is new in Web3 communities. But there are some similarities that are coalescing. And the first I want to share with you is that many Web3 communities congregate on Discord and Telegram. This is where their conversations are happening. It's actually not on the blockchain because right now the tech is a little too new for the blockchain. If you want to learn more about a project and get in with a community, going to Discord or to Telegram, and sometimes Twitter, is usually the best place to do it. And we're going to take a look at some Web3 communities today, but I want to highlight that we're on the bleeding edge of the innovation curve. This is the diffusion of innovation curve. You've probably seen this before, how there's just a small amount of innovators, there's more early adopters, and then there's the early majority when things become a real big party. And then there's the late majority where things are the status quo. And then there's the laggards who resentfully adopt the new technology. These first two stages, this is where we really need to focus with cryptocurrency and the blockchain. The early adopters are the cutting edge, but the innovators, that's the bleeding edge. That's where it's so new, it doesn't even work yet. So a lot of the tools that I'm going to be sharing with you, they might be glitchy. They might be difficult to work out because it hasn't been around long enough to make it smooth. We might find some of those glitches later when I give you the NFT for TechWeekNZ and you use it to access the secret area where I've given you, where I've got the digital copy of my book. But to do this, you're going to need a wallet. And there's three types of wallets. There's cold wallets, hot wallets, and smart wallets. And I'll go through each of these in turn. The first one is the cold wallet. And a cold wallet is a piece of hardware. You actually have to plug it in to a computer. And your cryptocurrency isn't stored on the hardware, it's stored on the blockchain. What's on the hardware is your keys, the pass that validates that it's you. And cold wallets have these 24 words that they use as a passphrase. And if you're looking close, you could probably see I've got my passphrase right here. Gotta make you understand, never gonna give you up. It's not actually my passphrase. This is a joke. But if this was my actual 24-word phrase for how to get into my smart wallet, anybody could use that phrase as a key to access the funds on the blockchain. So that's a cold wallet. It's generally seen as the most secure form of storage. Hot wallets are on exchanges, and they're slightly different. And let's let our friends Phoebe and Joey describe the differences. Phoebe says, not your keys, and Joey says, not my keys. Phoebe says, not your. Joey says, not mine. And Phoebe says, Bitcoin. And Joey says, Bitcoin. So Phoebe says the phrase, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. And Joey says, I leave my Bitcoin on exchanges. When your cryptocurrency is on an exchange, whether it's Binance or Kraken or Gemini or Coinbase, these logos that you see on here, you don't actually own the tokens. They own them for you in custody. So they're supposed to give them back, but as you probably saw with the FTX collapse and other previous collapses, if an exchange collapses, they don't really have to give you your funds back. So that's why the saying goes, not your keys, not your coin. With smart wallets, it's your keys and it's your coin. Smart wallets are software based. The easiest smart wallet is MetaMask. And I'll be sharing MetaMask with you in a little bit when we go through the getting the NFT. It's a browser extension that's up in a. You can add it to any browser, and you get a wallet address, which looks like this. This is the actual address of a smart wallet. So if you're sending money to or from a place, this is what it looks like if you don't make it pretty. And there are ways to make a wallet address pretty. On the right, you can see the gobbledygook hash code for a wallet address. And on the left is the same wallet, but it looks a lot nicer, and it uses the Ethereum name service. At ens.domains, you can purchase, just like you're purchasing a domain name for a website, you can purchase a name for a wallet address. So I can say to people, hey, if you want to send me crypto, send it to CaelanHuntress.wallet. And as long as they can spell my name, they can access my account. But you know what's interesting is that this is not hazardous to share. It's not like a bank account number where if somebody has it, they can access your funds. This is the public-facing location of the wallet. But it doesn't have to be a risk to share with someone your wallet address, because you can deposit into it if you know the wallet address, but you can't withdraw from it just by knowing the wallet numbers. So next I want to share with you some case studies of what other communities are using token gating to manage their memberships. And Starbucks was a leader in this space. They launched the Odyssey program, and they have an app for it and a series of NFTs. And these NFTs give you advantages that other Starbucks customers don't have. This is their Holiday Cheer Edition NFT, and it was only available during the holiday season in 2022. Having this NFT, it gave you additional capabilities in the app. Discounts in what you purchase. But what I find really neat about what they did is that every membership level can earn points. And some of the membership levels you can only access if you earn points on previous membership levels. And so they've got this really neat journey mapped out with their customers where they can buy an NFT, get some discounts, And if they use that NFT a number of times, it makes them eligible for a more premium membership. So it gamifies the use of their product. There was a really neat NFT, a membership NFT that came out for Consensus, which is one of the biggest crypto conferences in the world. It's put on by CoinDesk. And they had different tiers, and I want to share with you the top tier of their 3-year Pro Pass. This is everything you get with purchasing this $3,600 NFT. You get 5 lifetime passes to the conference. You get a 4-day hotel stay. You get a booth in the expo hall. You get a 15-minute stage session. There's a lot of stuff in here. And what's so neat is that this membership is transferable, because anybody can sell the NFT to someone else. And this is different than when you have a membership because it's a badge that you wear. A sheriff can't give his badge to somebody else and bestow the same authorities on that person. But with an NFT, you can. You could say the holder of this NFT has these permissions, and it's all written in the smart contract. Smart contracts can do a lot of nifty things. There's actually geo NFTs that are only accessible in specific geographic locations. If you go into a geofence, which is often the venue of a conference, then you're eligible to get an NFT that gives you permissions and membership. Now, that can be purchased or it can be airdropped. When something is airdropped, it's just given out to everybody in a specific locale. And we're not going to do airdrops for the NFTs today, but I do want to bring up airdrops because it gives you this really easy way to provide proof of attendance. And there's the proof of attendance protocol right here for product launches, for communities, really neat tech here. There is the MasterCard NFT, which gets you access to a lot of different type of music. Kings of Leon was the first band to release an album as an NFT, and now that a lot of other bands have done it, there are websites that catalog all of these different NFT purchasable music. Then there's LeBron James purchasing some Nike shoes by FKT that are only available through NFT purchase. So we're starting to see some adoption. And then there's Adidas, who's doing a lot of moves in Web3. This is the Web3 Academy newsletter, where they show how Adidas is entering Web3, and then they go through step by step everything that people are doing here. And then there's the block. And the block offers a lot of content for free. But way over there on the side, in the sidebar, they've got the Access protocol. The Access protocol is something that they use for accessing premium content. And you can see right up here above my head, like you can connect with your wallet to access the premium content. And now I'm going to switch to my slides and show you how that works. There we go. So the Access protocol is a token. It's the token symbol is ACS. And you need to hold and stake a certain amount of ACS in order to access their premium content. When a user with Access tokens in their wallet subscribes to a specific publisher, a media content producer, then there's a revenue split between the creator of the content and the protocol itself. And if they unsubscribe, they do it in reverse. And what this does is it allows people who are staking a token to access a number of different types of media that a publisher can produce. And the reason why I think this is so great is because it sidesteps the NFT problem. Because NFTs have a very, they've got a bad reputation right now, and for good reason, and we'll get into why in just a second. But what I like what they're doing is they're focusing on the publishing and streaming industry. This is a graphic from their white paper. Netflix and Disney Plus and HBO Max they're all outpacing the New York Times and the Los Angeles Times in terms of market penetration. Streaming is going to be a lot easier to transition into Web3 token gating than the traditional print publishers are. But I like that Access Protocol is doing this because NFTs have a very bad reputation. When I Googled what is the ugliest NFT, this came up. This is the ugliest NFT. And I think Google was probably right on this. And what an NFT is, if you don't know, it's a non-fungible token. Fungible parts can be interchangeable with any other parts in something that you're creating. But if you're making something custom that can't use interchangeable parts from something else, then it's non-fungible. You can't change out one of them for another. A dollar is a fungible token. Your dollar is the same as my dollar, and it doesn't matter whose dollar we use to pay for something, it's still worth $1. But a non-fungible token, like this specific NFT or these apes, they're unique, they're individual. The Bored Ape on the left was one of the most popular NFTs, and I don't know why. They're ugly. I mean, they've spawned even uglier projects like the Mutant Ape, and I can't stand these because they focus on the art and the hype, and they ignore the utility. But the utility is what's really interesting about this. The art and the hype just leads to a very bad scenario where NFT collectors be like, one day, son, all this will be yours. And if you look in a VR headset, you can see these little JPEGs. This is the early days of crypto. And after you've been in crypto for a while, you can see where things are wearing down and what hype isn't going to last. I mean, I don't know if you remember Garbage Pail Kids. They were pretty hypey. They were big for a little while. But there was 100 other bad projects that you don't remember that were similar. And what I'm seeing now, well, my camera is messing up. That's what I'm seeing now. Sorry about that. What I'm seeing now is a transition to where now in Web3, people are really focused on the membership journey and how this journey changes over time. Web3 Academy that I shared with you earlier, the premium newsletter is only available to holders of their Pro Pass. They had 2 tiers to their NFT membership, and they used a tool called Chasm to monitor the activity. And what they used to mint the FT was the unlock protocol, and we're going to be using that later today. So Chasm lets you track a lot of the activity and that people are using in your Web3 community and give them points for activities. Like if they retweet something that you tweeted, or they hold a proof of attendance protocol, or they do these activities that show that they're using their membership, then you can reward them and incentivize them on the blockchain. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the unlock protocol. And we're going to use this protocol to go through. I'm going to screen share and show you step by step how we're going to get there. And then for those of you who are watching this live, we're going to, I'll give you the links and you can set it up and give it a try yourself. But if you're watching this on the replay, you can give it a try yourself. Sorry for all the tech difficulties. This is annoying. I don't know if it's bothering you, but it's annoying the crap out of me. All right. So now let's take a look at the unlock protocol. I'm going to give you a link at stellarplatforms.com/NFT. Stellar Platforms is my digital marketing agency, and that's where I do a lot of my digital marketing work. And so I've just made a page on this website so that we can go through the step-by-step process to access the members-only content. We're going to use the Polygon network to access the NFT, and that gets you into Discord. We're going to use the Garely network to get into Mighty Networks. And those are the two places where you can find the Easter egg. Now, I want you to remember, this is on the bleeding edge. This is not easy tech. So if you find yourself getting frustrated, don't worry, it's par for the course. As I'm sure you found if you've had spent any time in Web3, things are difficult sometimes because the tech isn't ready yet. We're on the bleeding edge. We're beyond the innovators. There is a way to offer membership to WordPress users. There's a plugin for it, and I've played with it a little bit. If you've ever logged into WordPress, you might notice that there's this extra button here that says log in with your crypto wallet. So instead of signing in with a username and password, you just one-click verify with your smart wallet that it is you. But in my experience so far, this is on the bleeding edge. I haven't found a smooth, seamless experience. So we're not going to use the WordPress login today. We're going to use these two tools. We're going to use Caelan and Matic, the two non-Ethereum networks, to get us to Mighty Networks and to Discord. All right, so now here we are back at the block. And I just want to highlight a couple of other things real quick. Guild.xyz, fantastic tool. It doesn't use token gating, but it is a Web3 membership tool. They do a lot of really cool stuff on here, like the way that they have, these are different levels. There, you can be an explorer. If you do a couple other things, you can be a guilder. If you do a few other things, you can be an attendee. And I really like how they're gamifying the different levels of membership here. And there was a really good overview of tokenized communities. There was a year in review post at review.forefront.market, and they go through a bunch of different case studies. And I mean, look at this. You can make the page itself an NFT. It does cost a little Ethereum. So this is the unlock protocol. And the unlock protocol is what I used to create this NFT. It literally is membership in minutes. You can use it for membership contracts. You can airdrop or sell NFTs. You can use token gating, which is what we're going to do. And you can do open source smart contracts. This is something that DAOs do because they're community governed. All right, and so this is the page that I'm going to share with you near the end of the workshop. And it has the step-by-step instructions with the links. And what I encourage you to do is to just open all these links in a new tab. And to do this, I'm going to use my smart wallet right here. The smart wallet, MetaMask, is right up in my browser. And if you've never seen a smart wallet before, then you'll see me using it during this presentation. Here we go. Takes a minute to load. There we go. So when you open up a smart wallet, it gives you a number of different options here. I'm not going to go through all of these, but right now I have 5 Matic in this wallet, which is worth just under $5 US. And this is going to be used for the gas fees for the Discord network, or to get to the Discord network on the Polygon network. But the Caelan, you need a faucet. And so I'm going to do these in order. I'm going to start with this one, the TechWeekNZ 2023 on Polygon. You click next. Oh, I've already got one in this wallet. Sorry about that. I will buy more because you can have as many as you want. They are free. Enter the wallet address. Okay, since I'm already connected, it's not giving it to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my MetaMask. Here we go. I'm connected with the wrong wallet. That's why. I need to connect to unlock with the right wallet. All right, so I'm going to sign the message to continue. And this signing is something that you do a lot with smart wallets. Instead of logging in with a username and password, I just did that. I just said sign in, yes, because I signed in with the wallet, and the wallet does the signing in for me. So now I'm going to start with this TechWeek NZ 2023 on Polygon. I'm going to click next. Now, if I did have to pay any cryptocurrency, this is where I would validate it, but since it's free, I can just do it. And now I'm going to claim it. And get an error. What did I tell you? This is on the bleeding edge. So I will look into that after the presentation and see if I can fix that up. This is the place where you're going to come. You'll come into this Discord channel. And you can get the link to my book, Marketing Yourself. The full PDF, 200 and some odd pages, is here, as well as all the links from the presentation today. And then let's do this through Caelan. Now, I need to sign in with the other network. Aha. Yep, so my TW23 wallet, I'm going to sign in. And I'm going to say, I want the Caelan NFT. And claim membership for free. Now, you may need gas in order to do this. Great, it didn't require gas. If it does, if you get an error saying, hey, you need some gas, all you have to do is paste your address here in the Caelan faucet. Say you're not a robot, paste in your address and it'll send you a little bit that you can use for gas. And then after you have the Caelan NFT, you can come over here to get into this post, which has the link for my book and all the links from the presentation. And so I'm going to sign out. And then I'm going to follow this link to get to the Mighty Network, the premium membership content. I'm going to call myself Test Tech Week 23. Add in some information, because here you do need to set up an account. Unfortunately, Mighty Networks is a little behind the times. They don't use Polygon or Optimism or any of the other layer 2s. They only use Ethereum and Caelan. All right, so I'm not going to add it, and it's going to say, hey, you've got an account now, but you need to have this NFT to join. So I'm going to add in my wallet, and it gives me a choice. Is it a Coinbase wallet, a Wallet Connect, or a MetaMask? I really like MetaMask. I highly recommend it. Asking for the wrong network. I'm going to connect the correct network and then sign in. And now it says, okay, this network has the right NFT. Confirm access. You go through that account setup program, and then you get the membership only access. See, now here in this new account, I've got access to the Easter egg right here. All right, so before I turn you loose to work on this, I want to highlight two quick projects here in New Zealand that I really recommend that you get involved with. There's Blockchain NZ, and they're one of the sponsors for Tech Week, and they're the National Association for Blockchain. And they do a lot of advocacy on behalf of blockchain enthusiasts and Web3 developers. You know, New Zealand is thinking about a central bank digital currency, a CBDC. And Blockchain NZ read all of the papers coming out of the Reserve Bank of New Zealand and then hosted meetings for the community to say, how are we going to respond to this? So they're really at the forefront of what's happening with blockchain in New Zealand. And the other resource I want to share with you is Easy Crypto. Easy Crypto is the best way to convert from fiat currency, from dollars, into cryptocurrency. And they make it super simple. You can change from a number of different cryptocurrencies, and you just hook it up to your New Zealand bank account. And you can buy or sell this way. It is the fastest and easiest way I've found in New Zealand to convert cryptocurrency to fiat and back and vice versa. So now I'm going to give you some links. And these links are going to enable you to go through the same process that I just went through. And there's also some resources here. So for those of you who are watching this live, I'm just going to paste these into the chat box. The first link is for the Stellar Platforms NFT page that I started with. The second link is for the slides from today's presentation, if you'd like to review the slides. The third link is for a live stream that I'm hosting on LinkedIn in 2 days' time, where it's called Let's Play with ChatGPT. And we're just going to be playing. It's not an interactive Zoom meeting like this workshop is. It's literally just a live stream with 2 10-minute sprints. I give copy paste prompts for what you can use in ChatGPT and a little bit of instruction in the first few minutes. And then there's 2 10-minute sprints where you can work with ChatGPT to practice using the technology, and then come back for show and tell and share with others what you've created, or ask me questions about using the technology. And the final link that I have here is for Easy Crypto. It's my recommendation link, so if you use this link, then at no cost to you, I may earn a commission because I'm an affiliate for Easy Crypto and I really like the tool. So at this time, we're 10 minutes before the top of the hour. I'm going to stick around for Q&A. If anybody wants to spend the next 10 minutes working on these steps, I'll be available for questions if anybody wants to try and figure out how to do this. But if you need to skedaddle, then thanks so much for spending this time with me today.